Let's zoom out big picture and talk about who holds eminence. On a scale of audience size being small to none and audience size being large or super size, it's the old 80-20 rule. Who's typically on the green side of this equation with large or super size audiences? Well, it's two kinds of people. It's authorities and it's celebrities. And if you're not an authority and you're not a celebrity, well, then you're on this side of the line, and we call those people commodities. So the question becomes, what does it take to jump the line and go from the red zone into the green zone? How does a commodity become an instant authority and an instant celebrity? How do they jump the track and get there much faster? Well, those people are mavericks. And they're mavericks because they borrow other people's audiences. We're going to come back to that concept in a moment. But let's break down authorities and celebrities. So what do we mean when we call someone an authority? Here's Brene Brown. Authorities share insights, opinions, and recommendations. They're known for being helpful, relevant, and actionable with their books, talks, speeches, seminars, programs, services. Their advice is trusted and valued. They are problem-specific. They are implementation-oriented, and they are results-focused. That's really a good working definition of an authority. Let's talk about celebrities like Gary Vaynerchuk. Appear in public often, famous for one specific thing. They are always the popularizer of their own product or service. They're the face and the voice of their brand. They build audiences who are ready, eager, and cannot wait to buy their next thing, and they build communities of loyalty. That is a great working definition for our purposes of a celebrity. And I can hear you already. You're saying, but David, I'm not a celebrity. Far from it. No problem. We need to borrow the platforms of authorities and celebrities. And when you borrow, of course, you get a credit score. So my question for you is, how consistently do you borrow other people's audiences? This makes up your audience credit score. So think in terms of frequency and audience size. You can say constantly or never is the answer to how consistently do you borrow other people's audiences. And how big are those audiences? And how broad? So a small audience or a broad audience is not going to help you. A large audience that's in a narrow niche, that is a home run, and that is where market eminence is born. So if you were to score yourself, for example, on a scale of 1 to 10, that gosh, I'm almost never borrowing other people's audiences, and even on the few occasions that I do, it's either a very broad audience or a very small audience, that would be like a 0 or a 1 or a 2. If you say, oh my gosh, I am constantly borrowing other people's audiences, and it's a large, very narrow, specific niche, but a lot of people are in that, then you're more on the 9 and 10 scale of market eminence, and the rest of us are going to be somewhere in between, in that poor to average range. Why is this important? This is how we're starting to judge CEOs, senior leaders, founders, consultants, and executives. And when you put together a media kit or an about page or anything, this is the new credibility. This is literally the new credibility. This is a guest that I had on my show. My show is the second podcast icon there, The Selling Show. But look, this is the new bio. This is the new resume. How important are you? How attention worthy are you? How eminent are you? Well, the answer is, what podcasts have you been on and what publications have you been featured in? This is living proof that someone, as a CEO, a leader, an executive, an entrepreneur, is successful at building their market eminence. What podcasts, what publications?